Do you hear that?
I think that's the fire alarm.
Do you know the evacuation plan? Do we even have an evacuation plan?
I'm sure we have one somewhere, but I don't know where it is or what it says. Should we just follow the crowd and hope we make it out the building?
It's important to know the evacuation plan in your workplace, but it's equally important to know what you can do to help prevent fires in your workplace.
In this Brain Bites course, you'll learn how to identify potential hazards in the workplace that could become emergencies.
You'll also develop an understanding of the importance of an emergency action and fire prevention plan that contains valuable information such as evacuation routes, warning systems, and reporting procedures so that you can use good judgment in emergency situations. You'll also learn what to do in the event of a fire, including when evacuation isn't possible.
And we'll finish with the steps for using a fire extinguisher correctly and effectively, just in case you ever need to use one.
Fire safety and prevention is crucial in any workplace, including home offices. And being able to recognize potential hazards is the first step in preventing fire incidents.
You may be thinking, isn't it my employer's responsibility to manage fire prevention?
That's true, but fire prevention and safety is really everyone's responsibility.
According to FEMA, every year there are 16,500 office and store fires in the United States that cause almost $1 trillion in property damage.
And according to OSHA, roughly 13 workers are killed every day due to workplace hazards. That's roughly 5,000 families impacted annually.
One of the most common fire hazards in business settings is electrical equipment. Faulty wiring, overloaded circuits, or damaged equipment can all pose significant risks.
Yes, electrical hazards can turn a simple plug into a flaming fiasco.
That's right. It's important to be vigilant and regularly inspect for any frayed wires or overloaded power outlets that might turn a calm day at the office into an unwanted indoor bonfire.
But how do you know if a power outlet is overloaded?
If things are flickering or dimming, then that's a pretty good sign. Or if you keep having tripped circuit breakers or blown fuses. Also, if the outlet plate is warm or looks burned, or if you smell a burning odor, then that's a really good sign that your outlet is dangerously overloaded.
Another hazard to watch out for is flammable materials. These can include substances such as cleaning agents, solvents, or even stored fuel. Some common materials in an office setting include drain cleaners, disinfectants, aerosol cans, heaters, paper, cardboard, furniture, curtains, and even styrofoam and mothballs are highly flammable.
Absolutely. These troublemakers can go up in flames faster than a magician's disappearing act.
So make sure you store those combustible substances safely and away from any heat sources.
Right. Heat sources aren't just space heaters either. Sources of heat can include your computer, printers, copiers, phone, chargers, lamps, routers, and appliances.
Pretty much anything plugged in or anything that takes batteries can be a source of heat.
And remember, when it comes to fire safety, we're all about finding the exits.
Inadequate emergency exits can turn a fire into a real-life maze of panic. It's everyone's responsibility to verify that those exits are ready for action, just like a superhero waiting to save the day.
Right. We need to make sure that the route isn't blocked. Often, we designate areas and hallways as storage areas, and we block doors and exits.
That's a bad idea.
And dangerous in an emergency.
When it comes to preventing fires in your workplace, by staying alert, inspecting your workplace for hazards, and following fire safety guidelines, you become the hero of fire prevention.
That's right. And remember, fire safety is no laughing matter, so be sure to do the following. Regularly check the condition of electrical cords and make sure outlets aren't overloaded.
Keep flammable materials away from heat sources and regularly make sure your emergency exits are accessible.
Turn off space heaters when they're not being used.
So I guess that means I need to turn off my space heater when I leave the office, right? And that I shouldn't keep it on when I step away so that my office will be extra warm when I return.
Right. All of us need to stay on the alert to reduce fire risks. In the next lesson, we'll discuss additional fire prevention practices for the workplace.